From the studios of the Royal Palm Coast Realtor Association in Fort Myers, Florida, this episode is a short takes edition of the Royal Palmcast with your host, Jim Sanville.
Hi, I'm Jim Sanville. You're listening to a special edition. This is our short takes edition of the Royal Palmcast, coming to you from the Fort Myers area of beautiful Southwest Florida. And today we're going to speak with Matt Magowan. Matt is MLS director for the Florida Gulf Coast MLS. And Matt, how are you today?
I am fantastic, sir. Thank you for asking.
I know you are super swamped lately. It's very, very busy time for you and for a lot of our members as well at the Royal Palm Coast Realtor Association. So I really appreciate you taking a few minutes to talk to me today. Great to have you.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
All right. We're for those of you listening in the future, we are coming to you from mid-April 2020, and we are in the throes of this COVID-19 situation, as everyone knows. And realtors are having to kind of reinvent the way they work in a lot of ways. And one of the ways that they are doing that is with how they handle open houses. And Matt, tell me a little bit about how the association and the MLS can help with virtual open houses.
Well, we put our heads together and we thought, well, how can we support our members in a difficult time? And one great way was open houses, virtual open houses. We had to close the field, unfortunately, per the Surgeon General and instructions of what everyone's going through now. So how can we do that? Well, open houses virtually is a great way to do that. It allows so many more potential buyers as well to see that property.
Okay. Now, are people still doing traditional open houses? Have you heard?
At the moment, no. Traditional open houses have been suspended. Okay. So this is an important resource to help replace that in the time being, just during the interim.
Okay. Now, specifically, what tools are available through the Florida Gulf Coast MLS for virtual open houses?
So what's really great is, and I'm glad you asked it, Jim, we were able to reopen the open house field, allowing specifically for the drop-down type of virtual open house or virtual broker open. So you can choose between the two if you wanted to go to the public or just to brokers. It's great because you can schedule it just like you would any other open house. It's searchable via brokers or agents just like any other open house. And you can put your link, your URL link right there so that people can log into the open house. That link also will syndicate out to our syndicating partners, for example, Zillow, Realtor.com, and so on. Do keep in mind, though, it's so new. Everyone's just trying to play a little bit of catch-up to this. So what's great is everyone is flexing to make this happen, and those partners will be syndicating those out. So when you have those open houses virtually, they'll reach the general public that way as well. So you've got a very broad reach. So it can potentially be a fantastic tool to utilize now and in the future. I'd roll this right into your toolbox.
Now, do you get a sense, Matt, as to how many of our members or other realtors are taking advantage of virtual open houses, all the technology that's available now?
Currently, well, we don't have any statistical data on exactly how many members are using it, but I can tell you we've had quite a few adopt this very rapidly within the last few days. So we've had a high adoption rate. We've got lots of people trying it. We've had several calls because people are trying it, letting us know, hey, this is working or this isn't, which is great because we do need that feedback. It's important. And yeah, I think it's been a very fantastic rollout. Now, we did supplement this, and hopefully it's okay that I'm not jumping the gun, but we did have a supplement with this, and we thought, what else can we do? Which led to virtual showings. How else can we help? It seems like this is going to be going on for a little while, this quarantine, so how else can we help? Well, what's the next step for the now, right? For the present. I wouldn't say the future, but it is the 21st century, and that would be the virtual showings. So what's really great is we've partnered with Showing Time on that as well. You can schedule that right there in your showing time, right from the app, from your dashboard as well. And it will show, and agents will be able to choose that and send that to the buyers. So it's very fantastic that you can do that. And that is a field now open for listing agents as well that you can choose you will just go right onto your matrix, right on the input tab, and then you can actually select it. When you're selecting the listing office and agent, you can select that virtual showing option.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And I would think this would be the virtual aspect of showing or looking at a house would be adopted pretty readily by clients, particularly, for example, the millennial generation that grew up with all the technology.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. And currently those are the group that's buying, right? That's the largest buying group at the moment. We have several other generational groups that are buying and buying still, like our baby boomers. But if you look at the future of where the potential buyers are coming from, that's what you've got. So it's a great way to reach them. But if you also think a little broader, think about the larger potential of who else you can reach and where else you can go with that, right? So you can potentially go globally. It depends on what type of client maybe you're trying to help with their needs, right? So you've got a large palette that you can choose from.
Yeah, to your earlier point, I would think this is the way of the future, or at least the near future over the next who knows how long, right? So,
right.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Have you been able to offer support to members when they get stuck, or what should people do if they're just not sure how to proceed?
Well, here's the largest question I get. Where do I get the link for my virtual open house? We did allow you to also include, if you don't want to do a live virtual open house, you can put your virtual tour in as well, or instead of, right there in the URL for your open house. Just make sure that tour is not branded, just like your open house should not be. And you'll be fine with that. And that is also helping your seller in case you have a seller that really isn't comfortable any longer having more people come in to even do the open house. Well, a lot of times you can get with a photographer that already created those photos for you, and they can create those virtual open houses, they can create the virtual tours, and they can provide those links for you. There's an additional way, too, that you can upload the video right through YouTube, unbranded, through an unbranded channel, which we can help you with. But that's simple as well, and you can get your link that way. Specifically for an actual live open house, you can use a lot of different platforms. We can't recommend a certain vendor. Definitely do your homework on that. But just a simple example, you do like a GoToMeeting, a Zoom meeting, or Facebook meeting. When you do those, when you schedule those with that vendor, you'll get the link right there, but then you can just copy and paste that right into your virtual open house URL. So there's lots of ways that you can get that, and I recommend everyone explore and do your diligence on it and find the best route for you and how you want to proceed with it. But the point is that now it's available to you, and it's not going to go away. It's going to remain available. So it's just another tool for you to utilize, and I really would stress that you do.
That's great advice, Matt. I really appreciate, again, you're taking the time to talk with us. Matt, as you can, folks, as you can probably tell, Matt's coming to us remotely today. He and I are not in the same room, so as to abide by the guidelines here. But it's, again, wonderful, Matt, that you took the time to talk with us. And I can point to our members, particularly, some resources we have available from RPCRA. Check out, if you're a member, check out our member weekly newsletter that comes out on Wednesday afternoon. We've got tons of resources, links in there for you that will help you get the information you need to get the job done, to sell those houses, and keep your businesses going. Matt, thanks again. And this is Jim Sanville. I am happy to be with you for this quick Short Takes edition of the Royal Palmcast. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this Short Takes edition of the Royal Palmcast. For the most current information and updates, stay tuned to our Facebook page and other social media. For our association members, make sure to also look for your member weekly newsletter in your email. Sponsorship opportunities now available for this and other RPCRA programming. For more information, email to sponsorships@rpcra.org. Stay connected with RPCRA and stay tuned. This has been a production of the Royal Palm Coast Realtor Association.